Hi guys, welcome to simplyhike.co.uk. Today I'm going to be talking about the Berghaus Verden 65+10 rucksack. This rucksack's perfect for Duke of Edinburgh, backpacking, and if you're going for a long weekend hike. Let's go through the specs, shall we? So, the rucksack from head to toe is the 65 litres, and you have 10 litres either side. I'll go through the 10 litres in a minute with you. The bag itself is made out of ripstop material, so no matter what sort of terrain that you're walking in and no matter how you treat it, the bag itself will absolutely take a beating. It's really good, strong material, and it's a great thing to have on this rucksack, and I'm really glad Berghaus have added it to it. Right, let's go through some of the specs, shall we? So obviously, let's get the obvious bits out of the way. Obviously, you've got compression straps at the bottom and at the top there, so for your roll mats, or just to keep the front part of your bag all nice and taut, to stop things from rattling around inside it. What you do have, obviously, attached to the compression straps on the side, you have these pole grips. So when you pop your pole in there, and obviously the base of it will fit through this loop at the bottom, you connect it back up, and then you pull it in. Now basically, when you pull the compression strap in, it tightens it up around the pole and holds it. That's a really nice little bit of kit, and as I say, it's really vital to have that as well in a nice rucksack, especially if you're doing, a lot of hiking, just for storage facilities as well, to put that on there. Obviously, what you also have is nice traditional mesh pockets on either side. These are big enough, if you've got a nice down sleeping bag that you want to, say, put on the outside of the rucksack, you can do that, and then obviously hook it up via the loops. What also you can do is your walking bottles and anything like that, pop it in there, and with the elasticated top, it will keep everything nice and secure. Right, so let's go and take a look at the bottom part of the rucksack, shall we? So I'll unhook that, let me just lay it down for a second. So, as you can see, it's a really nice generous size at the bottom, so especially if you're doing Duke of Edinburgh, you've got muddy boots or dirty clothes, you just want to keep it separate. You can put all your bits and bobs in the bottom there, as I say, to keep it separate from all your other clean stuff. What you can also do is, if I get the zip, if I unzip this, what that does, that means I can now get access from the top straight to the bottom, so I can have it as one big open space, or as I say, zip it that back up, and then you've got two separate sections as well. That's a really nice, cool feature, because 9 times out of 10, the thing that you always want is always stuck at the bottom of the bag. So that's a really cool feature to have, and the fact that it zips in as well means things can't get poked through. It's nice and secure. That's a really cool feature. So let me just do that up, and then let's open up the top parts and go from there. So, as you can see, the bag inside, let me lift it up for the camera, is nice and spacious inside. Obviously, now this is the core of the 65 litres. So you've got a lot of room in there, all for your kit. As I say, you can have it open up all as one, or, as I say, zip it up and you've got the separate. If I just pull this down here, what you can see is this section here. Now this is obviously for your hydration pack. So if you have a Camelback or an Osprey or a Source bladder, pop that in there. The hose will come out the top part there, and then you can attach it to your strap, so giving you all the hydration that you need as well for your hike. Yeah, obviously you've got the traditional drawstring at the top, and that's just to keep everything nice, safe and secure as well, which is pretty standard throughout the bags. Right, let's take a look at the back system now, shall we? So the first thing I will talk about is obviously the top head storage there. So there's plenty of room there. If you've got your pack-like jackets, your over trousers, you can whack them in the top there. If you want, your mobile phone, your MP3 player as you're walking, or to be fair, where I put my good old Kendall mint cake, stick them in there so I can just quite literally open it up and have a good old munch. Now underneath that, you have your rain cover, which I will get out. So obviously, the bag itself is got water resistancy to it, but if it starts getting, the rain starts really hammering down, cover over the bag and away you go. Just protects everything, and also it protects all the clips and everything like that, kind of just tidies it all up as well. And that is just placed in there. So simple as that, nice and storage. Right, what you will see is the bag itself has a thing called BioFit. Now what this means is these bars on here, as well with the padding, will eventually shape and mould to the shape of your back. It won't be 100%, but that means you're going to get a nice proper fit to it. So it's going to be a lot more comfortable for you. So let's go through the adjustments. On this side bit part here, this basically is the adjuster. So if I just put that through like that, this enables me to lower and raise the shoulder part of the rucksack. So depending on what you've got in your bag and obviously how you're feeling on the day, you can adjust it to make it a lot more comfortable on your back for you. And that's just as simple as pulling on a bit of string, which then locks in. So then, as you see, I've pulled it, so I can't lift that up anymore, which is really cool. Yet again, the BioFlex pretty much works in with all the strapping as well. So the strapping and the hip pad, it's thinner and it's thicker in certain areas. This is so the actual straps and the hip strap actually molds to you to get a better fit and a lot more comfortable for you. That's a really key feature to have, which is also a really nice feature that Berghaus do. And the good old Berg Buckle. So this one here, rather than using a traditional clip, they've patented their own Berg Buckle. Now this basically can take loads of pressure, a lot more pressure than a normal standard clip takes. So it's, you know, if you're taking heavy loads and you want to be assured that you're going to get the, you know, the security and the, you know, the safeness that you need, this is an absolute bit of gem. To be fair, quite a lot of people buy this rucksack purely just for the Berg Buckle. It is a really nice bit of kit and it does the job perfectly. Yeah, so you got that, and then what I'll show you is just the extra storage parts on the side. So you've got 5 litres this side, and I'll show you the 5 litres on the other side. So there you go. So that's where your +10 comes into factor. So if you have to, you know, your drinking bottle, your thermal, you know, your thermal mat or anything like that, any other little bits and bobs that you can pop in there, your map, your GPS, that's a great little storage. And as I say, that's where the +10 comes into its own. That's where it actually is. So yeah, there you go. That's a great bag from Berghaus. For more information, please visit us at simplyhike.co.uk.